My Weirder School, Book Number 5, Miss Beard is Weird, written by Dan Gutman, pictures by Jim Pelot. Chapter 4, Reality is Boring. My parents let me stay up late on Monday to watch The Real Teachers of Elementary School. It was cool to see us all on TV, even if I had to look at Andrea's big face hogging the screen the whole time. The first thing that happened on Tuesday morning was that Miss Beard rushed into school with her megaphone and told us we had to take a meeting. Have an assembly. I had to sit next to Little Miss Perfect again. I have some good news and some bad news, Miss Beard announced when everybody was seated. The good news is that 10 million people turned in to see The Real Teachers of Elementary School last night. Wow, we all said, which is Mom upside down. What's the bad news? Asked Mr. Klutz. The bad news is that 9 million of them turned the show off after 5 minutes, said Miss Beard. What? We all asked. Why? Because it was boring, that's why, Miss Beard told us. Nobody wants to watch polite, well-behaved kids being taught by excellent teachers. They can see that at their own school. I thought the show was supposed to be real, said Mrs. Jaffe. Isn't that why they call it a reality show? Let me tell you a little secret, said Miss Beard. Reality is boring. People don't want to watch reality. They want to be amazed. We've got to show them something they've never seen before. We've got to blow their minds. I thought you told us to act normal, said Mr. Granite. Look, said Miss Beard, normal is boring. If you folks can't spice things up, The Real Teachers of Elementary School is going to be cancelled. Cancelled? Mr. Klutz looked all panicked. Does that mean we won't get the money you promised? That's right, Chicky Baby. Stop calling me Chicky Baby, said Mr. Klutz. If the show is cancelled, there goes the music and art programs again, moaned Miss Hannah, our art teacher. There goes the water fountains, moaned Mrs. Patty. There goes the toilet paper, moaned Miss Lazar, the custodian. Hey, lighten up, Miss Beard said. I know how we can make The Real Teachers of Elementary School into a hit. I have a plan. Trust me, show business is in my blood. What's the plan? Mr. Klutz asked. We need to save the show. People like winners and losers, Miss Beard said as she got out a large shopping bag. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide a group of teachers into 2 teams. One team will wear hats with antlers on them. They will be called the Musketeers. The other team will wear these hot dog hats, and they will be the hot dog heads. Miss Beard pulled a bunch of hats out of her bag. I'm not wearing a silly hat, announced Mr. Lording, our music teacher. Then you can't be on the show, said Miss Beard. Where's my silly hat? Asked Mr. Lording. Okay, said Miss Beard. When I call your name, come up on the stage. The Musketeers are Miss Leakey, Miss Hannah, Mr. Lording, Mr. Mackey, Miss Holly, and Mrs. Yonkers. Come on down." We all cheered as the Musketeers ran up on the stage and high-fived each other. The hot dog heads are Mrs. Rupee, Miss Mall, Mr. Docker, Mr. Granite, Miss Coco, and Miss Laney. Come on down. The hot dog heads fist bumped each other as they ran up on the stage. They all put on their silly hats. The cameraman filmed everything. "The Musketeers stink," shouted Miss Laney. "The hot dog heads suck eggs," shouted Miss Holly. "I'm glad to see you teachers are getting into the spirit of the competition," said Miss Beard. "It's not nice to call people names," Andrea said to me. "They're not setting a good example for children." "Can you possibly be more boring?" I told Andrea. Miss Beard clapped her hands to get everyone's attention. "Over the next few days," she said, "the Musketeers and the hot dog heads will compete in a series of events. A panel of judges will help decide who is the winner, and people at home will be able to vote too." That's when little Miss Perfect got up to ask a question. "Excuse me," Andrea said, "but what does this have to do with education? Shouldn't we be learning things in school?" "Boo! Sit down!" Everybody was hooting at Andrea, even some of the teachers. "Na na na boo boo on her. It was the greatest moment of my life." "Don't worry," Miss Beard said. "You're going to be learning plenty. And here's the best part. One by one, the teachers will get eliminated until we're left with just one winner. That teacher will get the grand prize, a fabulous, all-expenses-paid vacation to anywhere in the world and a year's supply of pork sausages." "I love pork sausages," said Miss Leakey. "That reminds me," Miss Beard said as she looked into one of the cameras. "Folks, do you like pork sausages? I sure do, and when I want a pork sausage, I reach for Porky's pork sausages. They're the best pork sausages in the world, made with the finest pork and no artificial ingredients. So when you want a pork sausage, reach for Porky's. Okay, let the games begin." Chapter 5, Elementary Idol. Mr. Klett sent us to lunch so the teachers could get ready. When we got back to the all-purpose room, the stage was decorated with lots of lights and a big sign, "Elementary Idol." Miss Beard came out on stage, followed by the Musketeers and the hot dog heads. We all yelled and screamed, but we quieted down when Mr. Klett made a peace sign, which means shut up. "Welcome to Elementary Idol," said Miss Beard. "Today we're going to see how well these 12 teachers can sing. Sadly, one of them will be eliminated." "Aww." "Each of the teachers will sing a song," said Miss Beard. "Then we'll open up the phone lines so viewers can vote for their favorite. The teacher who gets the fewest votes will be eliminated. Is everyone excited? Yeah, we all screamed. Now, let's meet our judges, said Miss Beard. She picked up a jar filled with slips of paper. She shook it up and then picked out 3 of them. Our judges will be Ryan, Andrea, and AJ. Come on down. That's me, Andrea shrieked, jumping up and down. We went running up to the stage and sat at the table there. May I ask a question? Said Andrea. What does a singing competition have to do with education? I'm glad you asked that question, Andrea, said Miss Beard. Each teacher is going to sing a song about the thing they teach. Let's start with your art teacher, Miss Hannah. Everybody cheered when Miss Hannah went over to the microphone with the guitar. In art, she said, sometimes we use tools to build sculptures, so I'd like to sing a song called If I Had a Hammer. I knew that song. It's about a guy who wants a hammer. He sings that if he had a hammer, he would hammer a bunch of stuff all over the world. If that's not dumb, I don't know what is. Miss Hannah sang the hammer song, and when she was done, everybody clapped. Now, let's see what our judges think, said Miss Beard. Andrea, did you like Miss Hannah's song? I thought it was lovely, said Andrea. I give Mrs. Yonkers a 10. Andrea held up a ping-pong paddle with a 10 on it, and everybody cheered. A perfect score, said Miss Beard. AJ, how do you rate Miss Hannah? I give her a 3, I said, holding up my paddle. That song makes no sense at all. If she wants a hammer so badly, why doesn't she just go to a hardware store and buy one? Hammers don't cost that much. The song isn't about hammers, dumbhead, Andrea said, rolling her eyes. It's about peace. What do you think, Ryan? Asked Miss Beard. I give Miss Hannah a 6, said Ryan. She said that if she had a hammer, she would hammer in the morning. But I don't think she should hammer in the evening, too. In the dark, she might hammer her thumb and hurt herself. Good point, Ryan, said Miss Beard. Yeah, and hammering in the evening will disturb the neighbors, I added. People are trying to sleep at night. They don't want to hear a bunch of hammering. Well said, AJ, said Miss Beard. That's 19 points for Miss Hannah. Everybody cheered. After that, Miss Holly, our Spanish teacher, sang a song called La Bamba. Mr. Dockert, our science teacher, sang a song called She Blinded Me with Science. Mrs. Rupee, our librarian, sang a song about the Dewey Decimal System. Miss Laney, our speech teacher, sang a song about the rain in Spain falling mainly on the plain. It made no sense at all. Who cares where it rains? Mr. Loring, our music teacher, sang a song called Brown Sugar. That was weird. Why would anybody make a song about sugar? After that came our computer teacher, Mrs. Yonkers. I'd like to sing a song about pork sausages, she said. I borrowed the tune of Home on the Range. It goes like this. Oh, give me some pork with a knife and a fork, and potatoes that have been French fried. It makes a great lunch, and I'll eat a whole bunch, with a plate full of beans on the side. Porky's pork sausages, I'd rather eat them than play. And when I am done, I'll take one on a bun to bring home and eat the next day. What do you think, judges? Asked Miss Beard. That was wonderful, said Andrea, who thinks that everything grown-ups do is wonderful. I give it a 10. That was terrible, I said. Deaf people all over the world are grateful right now that they didn't have to hear that. What did that have to do with computers? Asked Ryan. After the 12 teachers had sung a song, the phone lines were opened up, and people all over America had the chance to vote for their favorite. We had to wait a long time while the votes were being counted. Finally, Miss Beard came out to announce the results. The people have spoken, she said. 11 of our teachers will move on to the next round. One of you must leave. But before I say who that teacher is, tell me, AJ, what do you think of pork sausages? I give him a 10, I said, holding up my paddle. I love 'em. You heard it, folks, said Miss Beard. The judges agree that pork sausages are great. Now it's time to reveal which of our teachers got the least votes and will have to leave. That teacher is Mrs. Rupee. Aww. Mrs. Rupee walked off the stage, her head hanging. One teacher eliminated, 10 to go. Chapter 6. Dancing with the Teachers. When we got to the all-purpose room the next morning, there was a big banner across the stage. Dancing with the Teachers. The cameras started rolling right away, and Miss Beard leaped up on the stage. Yesterday we saw how well the teachers of elementary school could sing, she said. Today we're going to see how well they could dance. There were 4 pairs of dancers, 2 teams of musketeers and 2 teams of hot dog heads. Miss Beard announced that one of the couples would be eliminated. Andrea, Ryan, and I were called up to be the judges again. Our first couple will be Mr. Loring and Miss Holly of the Musketeers, said Miss Beard. They will be dancing the cha-cha. I don't really know how to cha-cha, said Mr. Loring. Me neither, said Miss Holly. Terrific, shouted Miss Beard. Start the music. Some weird cha-cha music started playing. Did you ever see a teacher dance? It's hilarious. You don't believe me? Ask your teacher to get up and dance right now. It will be hysterical, I guarantee it. Anyway, Miss Holly is really tall and Mr. Loring is really short. They were stumbling all over and stepping on each other's feet while they tried to cha-cha. Ryan and I had to do all we could not to fall out of our seats laughing. I was afraid I was going to pee in my pants. When it was over, everybody clapped and pretended that Mr. Loring and Miss Holly were good dancers. I give them a 10, said Andrea, holding up her ping-pong paddle. I give them a 1, I said. They dance like a pair of water buffalo fighting over a piece of meat. I give them a 2 for effort, said Ryan. Okay, that's 13 points, said Miss Beard. Let's bring on our next couple, Mr. Docker and Miss Coco of the Hot Dog Heads. Everybody cheered. They had to do a dance called the Foxtrot. It didn't look like foxes trotting. It looked more like a bad three-legged race. It was embarrassing just to watch. They weren't quite as awful as Mr. Lording and Miss Holly, but it was still the funniest thing in the history of the world. We gave them 16 points, with 10 of them from Andrea, of course. Next up, Mr. Granite and Miss Laney, said Miss Beard. They will dance the tango. I don't know what tango means, but it sure didn't look like dancing. It looked like Mr. Granite, Miss Laney were trying to stamp out cockroaches. We gave them 20 points. The last dance team was Mr. Mackey and Miss Hannah. They had to do some dance called the rumba, and they were actually pretty good. Well, they were good for teachers anyway. They got a nice round of applause and 25 points. Finally and thankfully, dancing with the teachers was over. Miss Beard added up the scores. If you ask me, all of these teachers are winners, she announced. But 2 of you must be eliminated today. I'm sorry, but Miss Holly and Mr. Lording will have to go home. 3 teachers eliminated, 8 to go.